If you are just learning about meditation or you're at the 10 to 20 minute range, then this video is going to be extremely powerful. This is Simon Lovell bringing you growth in under 10 minutes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you can hit that button right there and also hit the bell to make sure that you get updates. Now, I have been meditating now for about 7 to 8 years, and I started off my meditation using things like calm.com, Headspace, and using meditation as a way to alleviate my stress. So, I would get anxious and then I would use meditation as a technique, and it would be infrequent. And after I went to India on a Tony Robbins Platinum trip, I got my mind blown wide open because I started to immerse in meditation for a longer periods of time. And I experienced this massive outer body experience, which massively shifted me. And then I started to understand about energy work. And I dived into that. And the more that I did that, the more I started to heal, the more I started to peel back the layers and get to my truest self. And I went through a massive spiritual awakening in 2018, which was actually captured on Facebook Live. I'll put the link to the video in the description. It's kind of crazy. And I was having a lot of struggles in my business, and this was pre-2018. And I'm not sure if you've experienced this, but sometimes it's just like, I need to get away from the computer, it's just too much. And I decided to take a trip. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'll take a few days away. So I started to explore the possibility of doing a meditation retreat. And 3 days then turned into 10 days because I came across something called Vipassana. And Vipassana is a 10-day, 10-hour-a-day meditation retreat. It's done by donation all across the globe. And in doing that, I set myself a whole new benchmark of what I could do. I went from someone who, was meditating kind of 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, kind of infrequently, to now meditating for an hour a day, sometimes beyond that. And what it's done for me is just created a whole new level of calmness, confidence, and knowing that I'm accessing all of this, different levels of intuition and knowing, and just a different way of being. And it's my firm belief from my experience and from my consistency and from my depth of meditation that it's the fastest way for us to really access who we are at our core, because it raises our self-awareness. And so when you do something for that length of time and you're doing Vipassana, you start to realize when you come out of it, because you're not allowed to speak to anyone, and you'll go for lunch and you'll be there, and every day you're seeing that person for 10 days or a group of people, and you realize the judgments that you have around yourself and other people. You realize actually how you can discipline your own mind, and it's about sharpness of mind. And so if right now you find it a struggle, because I know that there's a lot of people that they find it a struggle to sit for 10 minutes, right? Or sit for 5 minutes. And the thoughts come up of, am I doing this right? Why am I getting certain thoughts? I want to come out of it. Understand that's all natural. It's all dissolving the mind, the ego, until we reach that place of surrender. And so in the discipline of going a little bit longer, like my mission is to get more people to be able to meditate for that amount of time, because it actually gives us more time. It gives us just a better quality of life. It sets a new default of a standard in which I live. And so it's now it's a part of my routine when I'm working with business owners and entrepreneurs. Like my goal, and I use a strategy, but I get them to their first hour of meditation, and it's literally life-changing. And then we have to be with the consistency and be with that. So I really wanted to share that today because, there's also these different stages that we go through in meditation. So we go from guided meditation, and then we go to music, and then we go to just being in silence, but also understanding that the environment that we meditate in is also really important. I'm a firm believer that we should rotate through different types of meditation based on where we are in our life. So meditation can be used to get new ideas. Meditation can be used to come out of stress. Meditation can be used to, get clarity, or just reach this, complete inner peace and groundedness, calmness. which I think is fantastic. But the big point I wanted to make in this video, which was just a massive shift for me, which was using meditation as a way to, alleviate stress versus actually now being in a place of, okay, I feel great right now, let's go meditate. Why? Because that's just going to heighten my self-awareness. It's going to take me to gamma state, which is this state in which we're accessing more of this intuition. And then I am just in less reaction. And that's what I've noticed over time, which is the more that I've been consistent, the more that I've disciplined myself to just keep a regular schedule when it comes to my meditation, that now, for example, in my relationships, I'm not snappy. I'm not raising my voice. I'm calm, I'm confident, I have more presence. And it's not that, I'm not on my phone too much sometimes, and I go through those things just as much as anyone. But meditation at this level has literally just completely shifted my thinking around certain topics, my ability to learn, my own, reactions. And so I talk about this line of awareness, right? Where sometimes we'll do something and it's post line, which is like, we'll look back and we'll go, oh, I acted this way. But as we're consistent, as we have more discipline in the practice, what happens is that voice comes in, that spirit, right? That voice drops in, and then we don't take the action that might be destructive. And so again, raising self-awareness, what are the 3 things that raise self-awareness? Number 1, information and knowledge. So this video is going to bring awareness to something that maybe now gets you to implement a new routine. Number 2, which is going inward, which is what I do every day by meditating for an hour. And then through the conversations that we have, with mentors, with coaches, and if we're able to be honest, then we can raise our awareness. And so meditation number 2 is such a key part of that. But 10 or 20 minutes is just the beginning. It's just the starting point of really how we can open up to a whole new world and a completely different way of being. So I just wanted to share that with you. There's another episode of the podcast, which I talk more about this on. I'll post in the description of that. And also make sure that you check out the playlist on meditation, which is also part of this channel. This is Simon Lovell, the Modern Spiritual Man, supporting you in your highest calling. Check out modernspiritualman.com. Also hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in another video. Take it easy.